he stands 5 feet tall and he has a pocket right.
All right, I don't believe you.
How dare you call me a liar?
You think your family reunions are awkward? At least no one shows up in a jalopy full of livestock and moonshine. Back in 1962, the Beverly Hillbillies turned America's favorite fish-out-of-water gag into 9 seasons of banjo-strumming chaos. A backwoods clan striking oil and landing in Beverly Hills might sound like a one-note joke, but this show became a juggernaut, outdrawing the Beatles on TV at one point. Today we're diving into 12 of the strangest, funniest, and downright bizarre facts hiding behind those cement ponds. Let's get weird with the Clampetts.
But this ain't like the swimming hole back home. You can't go in there without no clothes on.
Number 12. You can binge the Beverly Hillbillies without paying a dime. Legally. Thanks to copyright slip-ups, many early episodes slid straight into the public domain. That's why you'll find Granny, Jed, and Ellie Mae popping up on random bargain bin DVD sets or free streaming services that look like they were coded in 1999. Imagine a show so popular it once beat Bonanza in the ratings, now hanging out next to free yoga for seniors on YouTube. It's a weird afterlife for one of TV's biggest sitcoms, but hey, at least it keeps the cement pond open for everyone. Number 11. You know a sitcom theme is catchy when it sneaks onto the Billboard Hot 100. The Ballad of Jed Clampett, sung by bluegrass legends Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, actually hit number 1 on the country charts in 1963. Yep, a song about striking oil and moving to Beverly Hills sat alongside Elvis and Patsy Cline. Even stranger, many radio DJs played the theme without explaining it was from a TV show, so listeners thought Jed Clampett was a real folk hero. Imagine explaining to your grandpa that his favorite country hit was basically a sitcom jingle.
Granny says she mixed up with some special feed. Yeah. Gee, I wish I'd have known you wanted it. I'd have saved you some.
Number 10. Guest star cameos are cool, but only the Beverly Hillbillies could land John Wayne with a bottle of booze. When producers asked the Duke to appear, he jokingly said, "All I want is a 5th of bourbon." They took him seriously. He showed up in a 1967 episode called The Indians Are Coming, tipped his hat, and collected his salary in liquor. No union paperwork, no negotiations, just whiskey. Imagine today's Marvel stars working for cocktails instead of millions. Honestly, considering Wayne's love of drinking, the producers probably got the best deal in Hollywood history.
Hey, now what'd you want to go and do that for?
Number 9. Irene Ryan, who played Granny, didn't believe in half measures. When the script called for her to smack Jethro upside the head, she actually did it. No stage trickery, no camera cheats, just honest-to-goodness wallops. Poor Max Baer Jr. Jethro once joked that working with Irene meant permanent whiplash, and because the audience loved Granny's feistiness, the writers kept adding more slaps. It's one thing to suffer for art, but imagine showing up to work knowing your sweet TV grandma was about to knock you silly. Forget laugh tracks. Those thuds were 100% authentic. Number 8. The Clampetts supposedly lived in Beverly Hills, but the mansion used for exterior shots was actually in Bel Air. The house belonged to Arnold Kirkaby, a wealthy hotelier, and it became one of the most recognizable residences in television history. The irony? For a show about new money clashing with high society, the producers were borrowing a real multi-million-dollar estate. The mansion was later sold to Jerry Perenchio, who produced All in the Family. In other words, Jed Clampett's fake home had more Hollywood connections than most real stars did. Location, 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 even in sitcoms.
I'll see you later, Mr. Drysdale.
Dash Riprock! Oh.
Number 7. Before she became a Hollywood icon, Sharon Tate played a recurring role on the Beverly Hillbillies. Under the stage name Tammy, she showed up as Jethro's glamorous but slightly dim-witted girlfriend. Most fans today remember her for films like Valley of the Dolls, but in the mid-60s, she was just another guest actress trying to make a name for herself. Watching Tate in Clampett Land is surreal. It's like spotting Marilyn Monroe in a random episode of Gilligan's Island. It's a reminder that even legendary stars sometimes have to start in the cement pond before reaching the big screen.
She's a drinking woman.
How do you know, Uncle Jay?
Number 6. The original pilot script had Jed Clampett as a total bumpkin, barely literate, wide-eyed, and clueless. Buddy Ebsen, the actor playing Jed, flat out refused. He argued that the character needed dignity, simple, yes, but not stupid. The writers adjusted, and suddenly Jed became the moral center of the show, the wise country patriarch who always grounded the family's chaos. Without that rewrite, the Beverly Hillbillies might have been a mean-spirited joke instead of a cultural phenomenon. Basically, Jed Clampett avoided becoming the Homer Simpson of the 1960s thanks to one actor's insistence on respect.
Excuse me, someone to see you.
I told you no interruptions.
I told you no interruptions.
Fine, Mr. Clampett, no interruptions.
Clampett!
Number 5. Nancy Culp, who played Miss Jane Hathaway, was beloved on screen, but off screen she clashed with Buddy Ebsen. Things boiled over in 1984 when Culp ran for Congress in Pennsylvania. Ebsen publicly supported her opponent, cutting a political ad against his former co-star. She later said it felt like betrayal, while Ebsen insisted it was just politics. Their feud became so bitter that they barely spoke again. Imagine years of fake sitcom family fun ending in an ugly political brawl. Forget Granny slaps. This was the real knockout punch in Hillbillies history. We're more than halfway through, and I've got to ask, which of these facts has surprised you the most so far? Was it John Wayne getting paid in bourbon, or Granny handing out real-life concussions? Drop your pick in the comments. I'll be checking. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that like button so more folks can relive the Clampetts chaos. Trust me, we've still got some even stranger facts ahead, including lawsuits, product placements, and one of the most bizarre reasons a hit show ever got canceled. Stick around, the best is yet to come.
Well, Miss Hathaway says a California sundress.
Wouldn't let no son of mine wear it. Daughter.
Number 4. In the 90s, Donna Douglas, forever known as Ellie Mae Clampett, sued Mattel. Why? Because Barbie had released a TV star doll that looked a little too much like Ellie Mae with her pigtails, gingham, and curves. Douglas claimed the company was cashing in on her iconic image without permission. The case didn't go her way, but the fact that decades after the show ended, Ellie Mae was still recognizable enough to sue Barbie tells you everything about the Clampetts' cultural footprint. Turns out Ellie Mae could wrestle more than raccoons. She went after corporations too.
The cereals of Kellogg's, Kellogg's of Battle Creek. K-E-double-L-O double good Kellogg's, best to you.
Number 3. Product placement is everywhere today, but the Beverly Hillbillies helped pioneer it in the 60s. Kellogg's was the show's main sponsor, so cereal boxes and breakfast plugs slipped into episodes with no shame. Granny might be boiling possums 1 minute and suddenly praising cornflakes the next. Even the closing credits carried a line about Kellogg's sponsorship. It's hilarious in hindsight. The Clampetts were meant to represent country grit, yet they were basically shilling Frosted Flakes. Forget their grit. Jed Clampett was selling America on sugar-coated mornings one laugh track at a time.
So now they're on their way next door, loaded up for bear.
Number 2. Most shows get canceled for low ratings, not the Beverly Hillbillies. In 1971, it was still pulling strong numbers when CBS axed it anyway. Why? The so-called rural purge. Networks decided advertisers wanted city slicker audiences, not farmers or small-town families. Along with Green Acres and Mayberry RFD, the Clampetts got the boot. Imagine being fired not because you failed, but because you were too rural for Madison Avenue. In the end, it wasn't Granny's shotgun or Jethro's math skills that killed the show. It was corporate rebranding. The Hillbillies struck oil but couldn't beat the suits.
I'm gonna take 'em on bad.
Number 1. Here's the weirdest fact. The Beverly Hillbillies started as a time travel concept. Creator Paul Henning first pitched a show where a group of 20th century Americans got zapped back into the past and had to adjust. That idea evolved into something simpler. What if the culture clash happened in the present? Instead of city folks visiting the past in the form of a hillbilly family invaded Beverly Hills. Suddenly, the Clampetts were born. It's wild to think that Granny almost wielded a time machine instead of a shotgun, and yet the DNA of that original idea remained. People from two worlds colliding in ways both hilarious and strange. Without that pivot, we might have ended up with Doctor Who. Ozarks edition. So there you have it. Oil strikes, bourbon bribes, cereal commercials, and a time travel twist straight out of left field. The Beverly Hillbillies may have looked like simple slapstick, but behind the cement pond was a goldmine of oddities. It was a show born from an era when TV could be wildly popular, deeply silly, and surprisingly weird, all at once. Even today, the Clampetts remind us that culture clashes never really go out of style. They just move into new zip codes. Whether you grew up watching reruns or are discovering it on some free streaming service, one thing's clear: the Hillbillies left a stranger legacy than anyone expected. Which fact was the weirdest for you? Drop it below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more pop culture deep dives. Until next time, y'all come back now.